How does your KLi-MAX launch strategy compare with the current B8 launch strategy?
So it's the actual launch itself isn't really that much different. The launch is not what the primary change was. It's in the gear changing and clutch controls around the shifting after the launch. So there's a number of things that changed, but primarily we reduced or eliminated the ability for the gear drop phenomenon. We sussed that out, fixed that. That's going to be the absolute biggest affecting change because that enables us to then go and turn the AMAX functions on, which we didn't do across the board, and we turned them off in a number of boxes because with wildly varying setups, traction, and launch methods that people were doing, you could get into a situation where you would hit gear drop pretty consistently if you get enough wheel spin or if your tire setup was in whatever situation. Anyway, there's some mathematical errors within the stock software that caused that, and we had to go in and find and fix those. So yeah, that lets us turn AMAX on entirely from the start. There are a bunch of other updates that I've been working on in the background as well around this. We also have a bunch more clutch controls with more pressure, more, you're going to notice like lightning fast shifts. I think one of the bigger things I want feedback on is the, are the shifts too fast now kind of thing?
The aggressiveness.
At like wide open throttle, like third, fourth shifts, like you're going to feel it is instant. You don't get like the shift and the wavering after and the transmission trying to catch the gear. It's just bam into the next gear and you're up and moving.
Well, we like in some of these high performance jets, they can turn so hard that it can kill the pilot. So
yeah, hopefully we're not.
I don't want anyone to die from.
Keep your head against the headrest. But another big one that I was just wrapping up some testing on was the short shift issue too. If you get into like a wheel slip event, so like corner exit on track, it'll do this a lot. If you're in a lower gear and you get any wheel spin coming out of the turn, the TCU is going to be like, oh gosh, I need to shift now. And it'll shift at like 5,000 or 6,000. It'll short shift a ton. That looks like it's all resolved now as well on some of these other updates we did in there. So,
which means you can power out of corners.
Yeah, I didn't realize how, and it's been really easy to test now with all the rain and the horrible weather we've been having. Just how transformative that is now, because you get this like first, second, and third gears that just hold now right up to the shift point. So it should be a fun update for everybody.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. That's why we called it KLi-MAX.
Yeah,
there's just no other name.
You covered that second question. So.
Yeah. So.
Let us know if you have any further questions about KLi-MAX. But yes, once we're done with this beta phase, then we should be really close to releasing.
Is there a reason B8 isn't testing yet? Is the question.
Oh, nothing other than it's a different software architecture in the processor itself. So it's just a matter of getting those files set up and going. All of the changes and whatnot.
We don't need beta testing for that.
Yeah,
we use beta testing sparingly as needed. Right. And if there's nothing we really need from B8, then there's no.
Yeah, we'll let you know. But it's the same. The changes will be the same. The core we get too nitty gritty, but the core operating principles of the transmission software are the same. But between the B8 and the B8.5, they changed some compiler settings between the two, and that makes some of the patching and some of the work a little different, and just have to set up the software a little bit differently. But that's completely transparent to how it actually works.
Yeah.